Good morning. This is Angela with a cup of tea on Thursday, September 29, 2011. I am so excited about this topic today because I've wanted to cover it for a while and I kept on getting no, not ready. And so it came to me yesterday and I was like, really? And I checked like 4 times and I kept on getting the same thing. I was like, yes, because it means so much. And I love this topic. It is so cool, and it also means it's such a testament as to how we're progressing so radically and so quickly. So bear with me. I'm going off on a tangent on a very different topic than I've covered before, but listen, and if this is new to you, just sort of sit back and consider where I'm coming from and see if it resonates with you, and if it doesn't, that's fine. As I always say, what works for you might not be what works for me in the highest and best way, or you might not be ready to consider it, and that's fine too. So as we progress on and our energies change, our vibrations changing, our density is changing as we get into this photon belt within the galaxy, and that's been proven on a astronomical level. Our vibration is rising and our density is getting lighter. And as that happens, we will start to encounter beings and consciousness that are at that higher vibration and lighter density. Now, if you look at things scientifically, our ears only hear a certain range of sound. Does that mean that there's no sound beyond what our ears can hear? No, it does not. We've done many tests. We know animals can hear a far wider range of sound than we can. We also know animals can see a far larger range of vibration frequency than we can as well. So, does it mean that it doesn't exist? No, it doesn't. It means that we just are not trained, or we're not allowing ourselves to see it, or we're just not giving the attention to it and creating it in our reality. They've done all these tests on how, when we're born, that we have this very wide range of understanding of sounds, and that we can process a much larger range of sound and understand a lot more that we see than we do as we progress. They've done these research studies on how, as we get older, we are taught to not pay attention to certain things, that they're not relevant to us, and therefore they get out of our reality, and then we do not see them or hear them, including sounds. So when you take that into consideration, you understand that from a basic standpoint, and as we're changing, as our vibration is rising and our density is lightening, then we are going to be able to interact with levels of consciousness on a regular basis that we hadn't before. So what does that mean? A lot of people go back to angels and archangels and spirits and ascended masters and all that kind of stuff. However, there are plenty of other beings at a higher level of vibration and a lighter density than us that we just don't see. Now, what does that include? Well, I don't even use the term alien anymore, because to me the word alien indicates something foreign from us. That means separation. I call them star beings, and I experience them all the time now. The ones that, of course, the ones we can communicate here from thousands and thousands of light years away, millions of light years away, are those who can traverse the universe through either a combination of highly technological means that are integrated with consciousness. And because our consciousness, if we are fully aware, can spread to the entire universe. So those of the higher vibrations and the lighter density can easily communicate with us again. Now, my understanding is that thousands and thousands of years ago, we had this communication that we've gone through. My understanding is that we've gone through iterations of high technology periods, and then we've crashed with ego issues. And this time we're here to really get to the next level. So we've had these communications a long time ago, and now it's funny because you see these shows. There's a show, I think it's like Discovery Channel, whatever it's called, like Ancient Aliens, and they're finding all this evidence of integration of star beings as part of our civilizations, our ancient civilizations that were of high technology back then. So, in doing that, I want to say, like, the first interaction I had with a star being was a little more than a year ago, and I was in a class, and we were told, okay, we're going to go, and we're going to actually go and meet the Arcturians. Now, I'd never heard about the Arcturians at the time. I didn't know who they were. And the instructor didn't tell us what to expect. He just told us he would take us there. It was like a guided meditation. We were going to raise our vibration. We were going to go and flip into another sort of dimension. And we did that. And I saw this blinding light, and I saw these beautiful, I felt more so, these beautiful beings, and I saw this blinding light and these gorgeous, gorgeous almond-shaped dark eyes looking through the light at me. Now, yes, they were very similar to some of the ones we've seen in drawings and we depict them in movies, but their bodies were small and very white, of a pure white, and their presence was so huge, and their love was so huge because they were so connected. No mouths, because they don't talk, they just communicate telepathically because they are so very connected into that oneness. And I was told that we could ask whatever we wanted. We could ask, because the Arcturians tend to help us a lot with technology advancements and stuff like that. And so I had been getting plagued by something from ancient technology that was supposed to be coming back into our consciousness shortly, and had some missing links, and so I asked about it. And before I could even finish the thought, I was seeing downloads of these blueprints that were just coming into my brain, and I was like, wow, how easy. Yeah, I get that. It was amazing. Anyway, purely with love. These are beings of very high vibration and very light density, and of course we're not going to see them. So we look to the skies, and we're waiting for some flying saucer circa 1950 to come flying down and land in our backyard, when most likely their ship, if they have a ship, is actually at a different frequency, different dimension, different vibration than we are. So we wouldn't see it if it was right in front of us anyway, until we are raised up to that vibration. And as we're continuing to do that, we're going to see more and more. Now, when do we rise up our vibration? We get tied into that oneness. That tends to be right now, more like when we're in meditation and when we're really, really clear. It's all that clearing into and tapping into the higher self, and in doing so, raising ourselves up. So more and more, we're going to see them in meditation. I see Andromedans, Arcturians, Sirians. I've had communications with quite a few different star beings that are purely in love, and you can feel the love. It's not something that it's masked. It's this connection that they have. Now, are there beings of lower density? Absolutely. Are they here on this planet? I do believe so. I believe they came here a long time ago at a higher density, and then part of their experience is to they dropped along with us, or had dropped before us, and then sort of kept their technology and changed it, and then really have used it integrated with us. So yes, I do believe it. So I think some of the negative experiences some people have had, that's probably what it's related to. But the ones that I have experienced have purely been of love and just a joy, because they're here to help us, and they're here because they're so excited that we're finally ready. We're finally getting to this point where we're going to get to the same vibration and open up and lighten our density again, so that we can see them and communicate with them on a regular basis, because we're connected. We're all one. And so there's that. And then there are other beings as well. There are, elementals. What people talk about, elementals. And those are beings that sort of help govern many of the elements on our planet. That's a whole topic and discussion for a different day, but they do also exist at a higher vibration and a lighter density. And you know what? The funniest thing is, when we go back and talk about that science of what we see and what we hear is what we're trained to see and hear. Look at children, look at young children, and how much more they see that we don't. Look at how little children can see a spirit, or they can see an elemental, a fairy, or an angel, or a star being, And how many times a parent or an adult will say, oh yeah, just Johnny's just, got his imaginary friends and stuff. So food for thought, something to think about, and just to think about what a glorious time we're coming into. And like I said, what an awesome testament to how we're progressing for me to be able to talk about this today and give it to you for consideration. So over the weekend, I want you to think about that, and we'll talk to you Monday. This is Angela with a Cup of Tea.